Hello, everybody. How are you? Hope you're having a good day. So, Chantal just posted a sort of vlog where she was giving us an update on her new health journey. I watched a little bit of it and I've got so many thoughts. So, I would like to start off this react, the pre, talking discussion part of this react by saying thank you, the Foodie Beauty. I would like to say thank you. As a matter of fact, I would like to say thank you for any vlog or any live that you do that doesn't include eating. Thank you for not eating. Thank you for not making another mukbang. I like to react to content that food is not involved. I don't care what it is. If there's no food involved, I'm a happy clam over here. Very, very happy. So in the video that Foodie put out, she was talking about her struggle with food and uh, she's not going to tell us what's going on. And was she very shifty eyed in the video? Yeah, she was. Her eyes were all over the place. Not to be mean, Foodie, but your appearance in the vlog was very, very concerning. You've been playing around with the filters a lot. A lot. On top of that, like, again, I don't know if this is a filter thing or just something you couldn't cover up. I did notice watching it that your eyes look very yellow. They look very jaundiced, which could be very serious. Again, I don't know if that was something to do with the filters or something that the filters could not cover up, but that looks very, very concerning. You looked very, very swollen. Your eyes looked really swollen. Don't know if that's from sodium intake or crying or maybe both, but you did not look well. You absolutely did not look well. For someone just starting out a health journey, it looked like, honestly, that you spent the entire night going wild with the food and your body was kind of snitching on you. Anyway, so as far as Chantal, you guys were in my tarot live last night, a lot of you, and I did a reading on Chantal. I did another reading on Salah and another one on Pete's. And I would like to take a moment to say thank you to the people that showed up at the tarot live. It was a lot of fun. That's why I do them, to have fun. I would also like to give a special thanks to the wonderful, the talented, the amazing and spectacular ladies who do tarot readings that came into the live. I feel like it's my birthday. Neo Tarot came in, Melissa Gold Tarot came in, Sunburst Tarot came in. Such lovely ladies. I had the presence of all three of those lovely ladies last night, and it just made me feel special. And we all got to have fun together, and it's amazing. And I still would love to do a tarot live with these ladies. I'm not quite sure how we could coordinate this or how we could go about it, as far as all of us reading cards on camera or talking about different issues, but I'll figure it out. I'll try to make it happen, because I really think that would be something special for this channel, or maybe they want to do it on their channel. Hey, I'm up for being a panel on their channels if they want to do it. Just we can all do it. It'd be fun time. So thank you to those that came to the tarot live last night, and all of us just hanging out, chilling, seeing what the card said. All the beautiful tarot ladies that came in and chilled with me. Y'all are awesome. You guys are the superstars. Thank you so much for coming in. Now, again, back to Chantal. I'm all over the place today. Okay, so the feeling is Chantal might be on her way home right now. Maybe she's already home. Let's take a look at the date. The date is the 18th. Neo Tarot, when she did her last reading, she brought up the date, February 18th. Don't know what's going to happen on the 18th, but today is the 18th. Something that should be known on top of that date. YouTube payday is in about 3 days. So usually if Chantal goes anywhere, if she's got a visa run or she goes home, she does it around payday. And payday's right around the corner, because the 21st falls on a Saturday. Let me just see here. I'm just making sure. Let me double check. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. So today is the 18th. The 21st actually falls on a Friday. So if she's Canadian, so yeah, so her payday would fall on the 22nd, which means she's not going to get her YouTube payday until Monday, the 24th. So she has to wait a couple of extra days. But usually when she wants to do her traveling, she does it around YouTube payday. So there might be a possibility that she is coming home. Time will tell. We'll know when she goes live next. Foodie does have a routine that she tries to cover up while she's traveling by putting up pre-recorded videos, to kind of cover her tracks. Although, in my opinion, it's kind of silly. No one's going to SWAT her or meet her at the airport. So, like, what is the big mystery over her coming home? But the feeling in the community and the tarot community is that she's coming home soon. I've been feeling that for a minute. So has Neo. So has Sunburst Tarot. So has Melissa Gold Tarot. Like, we're all feeling it. That this whole thing with her and Salah, it's coming to a close. Things have completely broken down. He wants nothing to do with her. He's essentially just waiting for her to go home. So who knows? She might be on her way home. In the meantime, she's talking about a struggle. Do I think perhaps that the struggle of I'm struggling with this food addiction, and so I need a week to myself to figure this out? Do I think it might be a cover for the travel? Perhaps. Perhaps. Like, if she's traveling and if she goes back home to Canada, she's going to need some time to establish herself somewhere. So she might be giving herself some cover time and just putting up pre-recorded videos until she decides to go live. So we will see, won't we? We'll see what happens. In the meantime, there is this pre-recorded video, and I'm going to give my thoughts. But before we get into that, you guys know what time it is. It's time for the Twitter peeps. Okay, give me just a second. My stupid computer is giving me this thing of, oh, cut it out. Right when I'm doing the Twitter peeps thing, my computer's like, oh, by the way, there's something that we want to do. And I'm like, not now. Go have some coffee. I'm busy. No computer. No Windows. No, not now. No, I'm doing my Twitter peeps. You can wait your turn. Okay. So let's get into the Twitter peeps now that Windows is behaving. So for those of you that are on Twitter and you would like to follow me on Twitter, there's my handle, Wild Girl Sarah. Let's start here with a tweet courtesy of Hello YouTubes saying, if I were a Beezer and paying a pretty penny for a membership, I wouldn't be happy about her being gone for a week. No new stickers or any other member perks like her butt giving old videos. It's amazing what her idiot criminal fan base will pay for. Well, as long as they let her get away with it, she's going to do it. They're not holding her feet to the fire about the fact that they're paying a membership and she's giving them subpar content and subpar entertainment. If they let her get away with it, she's going to do it. Like that. Even though she likes to say, like, I'm the boss, truth be told, she's even said herself, YouTube is her job. Well, if you want to do well at your job and not have your pay docked, you got to give good performance, don't you? You got to put out good quality work in order to get good quality pay. So if the Beezers held her feet to the fire a little bit more, she might be more respectful and give them something worth watching. Florida Salt and Sass says the fact that she cannot be honest with her viewers or herself and is back to saying she underwent some noticeable improvement in 24 hours shows nothing has changed. I think if she lapses, it'll be off camera because she knows people are done with the lies. Yeah, they are. Everybody's done with the lies, Chantal. Your audience, your beezers are done with the lies. Girl world is done with the lies. The audience in girl world done with the lies. Everybody is over it. Everyone. That's why you don't have so many viewers. That's why the sub count has not changed. The word to describe what's going on with you and your channel: stagnant. Everything has gotten very stagnant and monotonous. And when it comes to YouTube and a YouTube channel, stagnant and monotonous are channel killers. People are looking to be entertained. They want to laugh. They want to have a good time. They want things to be worth watching. This is YouTube. There is so much to see. There is so much to watch. There is so much to be entertained by. And if you're not offering something of quality, the people that are on your channel, they may say, you know what, this is boring. I want to go somewhere else. I'm longing for entertainment. And if you're not giving it to them, they'll go somewhere else. They could go to a reaction channel, or they could go watch video game playthroughs, or ASMR, or ambiance, or creepy pastas, or whatever it is that might be interesting to them. And you're right, Florida Salt and Sass. If you're someone and you are an addict, if you have an addiction, change and improvement are not possible until you're ready to be honest with yourself and the people around you. Until you're ready to be held accountable, you're ready for accountability and responsibility and self-awareness, change is just not possible. By lying, you're sticking to the same routine for the same reasons and getting the same result. By lying to people, you are staying in a state of denial with yourself and with others. The best thing you can do is just be honest. Be really honest, even if it hurts, even if it's embarrassing, be honest. The lies keep the door closed. Truth opens the door to change, to enlightenment, to improvement, to recovery. Recovery starts with truth. Recovery starts with complete truth, complete honesty, and nothing less than that. Okay, here's something cool from Butenbegen. Loyalty dogs are the best. So this gentleman's in the hospital and he's got a puppers. And the pupper's like, where you go, I go. Animals are so great. Like, their love and devotion and loyalty are so pure. And the dog's like, I'm here for you. I'm here with you, and I'm not leaving your side. And I think it's great that the hospital let him bring his dog in. That's amazing. That's really great. Hello, YouTube says, the true issue regarding a weight loss journey with you, Foodie, is that you constantly lie. Nobody is going to believe you with anything. You can try to fool everyone with filters and whatever else. Like I always said, you only hurt yourself when you lie. Absolutely. Like, hiding things does not get things to change. The more you try to hide something, the more it's in plain sight, the more people can see it. I liken it to, imagine, if you will, y'all, a big area rug and having a broom in your hand, and there's dirt on the floor, pile of dirt. So you don't like the pile of dirt. You sweep it under the rug. And then here comes another pile of dirt, and you sweep it under the rug, and another pile of dirt, and you sweep it under the rug. And pretty soon, the pile of dirt under the rug is so noticeable, you know something is underneath there. You can't hide it anymore. And that's what's going on with her. Like, she's always constantly hiding, disguising, mask. And the more you do that, Foodie, the more we can see. The more we absolutely see. The filters, the lies overlapping the lies, the things that don't make sense. You tell so many lies, you can't remember them all. And you forget Girl World has receipts. That's why it doesn't make sense anymore to lie to us or to your audience, because we got receipts all day. Anything you say that you've lied about, we can pull up receipts. Say something stupid, the receipts will show up on Twitter within seconds. I guarantee you. People on Twitter be like, oh yeah, remember when you did this? Remember when this happened? Oh, this came out of your mouth. Oh, we got receipts for days. There's too many of us, Foodie. And I would like to say something to you. You hate Girl World. We know this. You hate Girl World. Do you know why you hate us? Do you know why? Truly, why? You got a problem with mirrors, don't you? You don't like looking in the mirror because mirrors don't lie. Girl World, in my opinion, we function as a hall of mirrors. Everywhere you look, there's a mirror reflecting you back at you, and you don't like it. We tell the truth about you. We put the truth out there. You want the ability to get on YouTube and lie and get away with it and rewrite history when you want to, but doggone it, man. Those doggone mirrors, they keep messing you up. They're not letting you get away with that lying. You want to get away with lying. And Girl World is the other side of that coin, the balance. There's always a balance to things, Foodie. For a night, there is a day. For good, there is evil. There's always the other side of things. So you get on YouTube with your scammery, with your shystiness, with your lies, with your deception. And the balance to that is the truth, the hard truth. There's a balance going on YouTube. You don't like for things to be balanced. You want them to be imbalanced in your favor. Well, that's just not how life works. But I'll tell you what, if you don't like Girl World and you don't like us exposing your lies with receipts for days, there is a solution. Tell the truth. It's so easy. It's so simple. Just tell the truth. Telling the truth is simple. And the bonus, because it's not a lie, you don't have to worry about getting messed up and getting exposed. You just tell the truth. Just put it out there. Just tell us what's up. Tell us what's going on without lying. Let's see if you can do it. Ashley Renee says, Foodie Beauty with the clown makeup with glass doll filters, claiming she's down 4K, actually around 3.2K in 2 days. She is struggling and sick to her stomach. Salah won't let her order. She's back to Overeaters Anonymous. Already her eyes aren't watery and leaking. Okay. So I have heard, possibly, not a doctor over here, so I'm just guessing. I've heard that if you have high blood sugar, like diabetes, it could lead to the leaky eye thing. Like something to do with the blood vessels in the eye. So there's that. Also, she says Salah won't let her order her fast food. She may not be able to. She may not be able to order the fast food because they're down money. I mean, Chantal, her food habit, she's eating them at a house and home. I mean, it's an old saying, like you're going to eat me at a house and home. In Foodie's case, that is actually possible. She's eating up all the money. Like her food habit is out of control. And it especially gets triggered and kicked off when she's upset, when she's sad, when she's angry about something. Her food consumption nearly doubles. It's the way that she uses to soothe herself. So if she's upset, she's stressed out, she's worried about traveling or Salah, or they're fighting, she's going to eat more to soothe herself. She's also going to eat to spite him. So she might have gotten them to a place financially where she won't be able to eat takeout until after payday. So maybe he's not telling her you can't order. It's just that there's no money right now. You know, there's no money. There's no money. How can he tell her no to what she wants with food when she's the one making the money? He can't tell her no, y'all. It's her money. She makes it on YouTube and off of YouTube. How could he tell her no? He can't. She's trying to paint like, oh, he's controlling me with my money. That's not possible. It's her money. And let's go back to the first part of the comment, her claiming to be down 4 pounds. I don't believe that. I really don't. I think she's playing around with this scale. Could Foodie lose weight if she started eating healthier and doing a calorie deficit? Yes. Yes, she could. I believe Chantal is well over 500 pounds. I think she's clocking about 550, maybe more. I know a lot of people have said 450. No, no. And let me tell you why. Because she was 365, 377 back in 2017, 2018, and she has put on at least 150 pounds. She was really close to 400 pounds then, and she's gained more than 50 pounds since then. And for someone's size, let's just say she's 500 pounds. Let's just round it out, 500 pounds. For her to just maintain 500 pounds, she would have to eat, I would say, 5,000 calories. That's more than double that I eat as a 130 pound, 5'4" woman. That's to maintain her weight. Now, if she wants to gain weight, she has to eat more than 5 to 6K in calories. And we saw the one meal that she ate where she consumed 7,000 calories. And that's not counting the junk food that we don't see, the sugary drinks, the snacking that goes on off camera. She's rapidly gaining weight. So she is eating more than 5,000, 6,000 calories. She's not losing weight. If she did a calorie deficit, ate healthy, got on top of her food problem, she could, at her current weight, she could just start dropping that weight, dropping that weight, dropping that weight. She could get herself started to losing weight just by doing a calorie deficit. And then if she got to a low enough weight, maybe add in some low impact aerobics, depending on what the doctor would tell her is what was safe for her. But she's not losing, she's gaining. She's gaining. And we know you, Chantal. If you truly were losing weight, you would shove it in our faces. You'd be super triumphant and rebellious and giving us the middle finger and ha ha girl world. You're not doing that. You're not doing it. So we know this is phony, because there'd be a big celebration if you did. And if you were losing weight, Chantal, you know what? If you were losing weight, we would know it. We would know that you were being honest because we'd see it in your face. I remember all the way back to Crackhead Olympics when you were on the, shall we say, Coca-Cola. You truly did lose weight then. You lost about, 50, 70 pounds? And you could see the weight loss in your face. You saw more of the cheekbones. Your ears weren't plastered up against your head. You could tell that you were losing weight. So you lost the weight and then you gained it all back. So if you're losing weight, we're going to see it in your face. It's going to show up here. Your face doesn't look any different. It actually looks more swollen. So I'm sorry. I don't believe that you've lost weight. If your face keeps getting rounder and rounder and rounder, you are putting weight on. And look, you and I are shorties, okay? I'm 5'4". You're about 5 feet tall. Mama, we're short. We are shorties. We don't have much real estate to work with when it comes to weight gain. Your body is running out of places to put the fat. That's why you got to slow down. Your normal weight should be 115, 120 pounds. You are carrying hundreds and hundreds of pounds on your frame that your body can't deal with. Your outside body mass is big, but your skeleton underneath is very small. It's very petite. And it's struggling to support all that weight. That's why you're having the back pain. That's why like your nerves are all messed up. Like that extra weight affects you with the way you move. The extra weight puts pressure on your joints, all of it. But you, madam, you carry a lot of weight in your stomach. Yes, yes. You're carrying the equivalent of 2 of me in the front of your body. Think about that. You're a shorty, but the amount of weight you're carrying in your front is equal to 1 or 2 adults. You're carrying that in the front of you. That's why your back hurts. That's why you're having problems. You know, if you lost some of the weight, you would feel better. But you're just, I don't know, you got those feeties behind you and they don't want you to lose weight. They want you to gain. So, all right. Raksha Kaur says, it seems like Foodie Beauty has finally come to the end of the line for what we can see. Money and health matters are dire, and her alleged partner doesn't appear to be thrilled about what she's brought on herself. Will we have a season 4? I don't know. I think Salah's done. I think between her behavior and her addictions, he is exhausted. She has worn him out. Chantal wears out anyone that spends time with her, especially the men in her life. Like they all eventually get that same dead look in the eyes because she sucks the life force out of people. She sucks the oxygen out of the room. She's an energy vampire that feeds off other people's energy. And she will suck it all away until there's none left, and then she moves on to the next. He's tired, y'all. I did a reading on him last night. Ooh, he's done. He's through. He's so aggravated. He's so irritated. He's at the point now where he's so done with Chantal that he isolates himself to get away from her. He'll, by any means necessary, stay away from her. He doesn't want to be around her. He wants to be left alone. He's just waiting for her to go home. He's waiting. He doesn't enjoy being around her because she's just so, she wears you out. She's worn him out. He's so burnt on the inside dealing with her. He's like, I can't take this anymore. I'm at the end of my rope. I'm about to snap. Yes, he is. And she might be on her way home right now. She might be flying there. I don't know. We'll find out the next live. If she's not back in Canada, I keep feeling she'll be on her way home soon. And the trip that she takes, wherever she ends up, she's taking all of her stuff. Like, this is not like visa run, come back. Oh, no. There's no going back. There's none. Like, this is it. The money's gotten bad. He can't stand her. Chantal, what is the point of being in Kuwait? I've asked the question before. I'll ask it again. What is the benefit to being in Kuwait? You're not happy. Salah's not happy. You can't do what you want to do. The money is dropping. The views are dropping. It is not productive at all. Why hang out there? All the arrows are pointing to the highway saying, hit the road. Get out of here. There's no reason to stay. So I hope you are on your way home or considering going home. We will see. We'll see what happens. We will see. Fondue Pondu says, Foodie Beauty, who the F is his smug, teeth-sucking, marshmallow filter crown? Fondue Pondu. Give us the withdrawal rage footage. She will possibly try through today to attempt to fool Salah, but we'll be back to business by 7 a.m. tomorrow. Yeah, that's weird, isn't it, Fondue Pondu? She'll put the self-harm content on YouTube all day long, the addiction content, but no content with her getting away from that. Isn't that weird? I'm going to broadcast myself hurting myself, getting high on camera. That's okay. But footage where I'm really going through it and I'm getting away from it, we can't show that. Huh? Can't show that. But you can show yourself getting high on food. All right. Don't Fence Me In says, seriously though, who is this? We don't know her. Yeah, this is Chantal in the live. Like every time she goes live, her face shape changes. It's like a different person. It's very, very scary. Hectic Llama says, it's so interesting that Chantal says the beginning of a diet is the hardest part. For me, that's not the case at all. I'm all fired up and motivated at first, and the hard part is keeping it going after weeks and months. Maybe it's because she's never gotten past the first few days, perhaps. And I'll say it again, diets don't work for people who have extreme food addictions. They just don't. Diets are not meant for people that have serious food issues. If you got a serious food issue, a diet is not going to fix you, and it's not going to fix the problem. What is required, what is most needed, and will do the most healing is therapy, talking to people, like just getting the mess in your head straightened out. And it's going to be a complete lifestyle change. It's not something temporary. You need something to do for the rest of your life. Diets don't work. Diets are for people that don't have food issues and they want to lose, say, 20 pounds because they want to get into a swimsuit for summer. That's a diet. Food issue? No diet. She needs to have a better diet with eating healthier, but she needs something beyond a fad diet on TikTok. Okay, DX, who gives the recaps on Twitter, gives part of recap here, says she told the doctor she didn't want to restrict herself because she'll have a B moment, and the doctor told her that's all fine and dandy if you don't have diabetes, and that she is too insulin resistant to live that way. So is she already insulin resistant? Ooh. Well, you know what? That little statement of hers was very telling. That she didn't want to restrict herself. You know what that sounds like to me? She's got one foot in and one foot out. She's still bargaining with the addiction. She's still trying to find a way to include it in with her life and not let it go. That's what it sounds like to me. Like, I am not ready to let the junk food go. I am not ready to let go of this extreme overeating and B moments. I don't want to let that go. I want to hold on to it somehow. So she's bargaining with the food addiction when what she really should be considering is her health. Like, she's playing a very dangerous game, just trying to find a way to hold on to the food addiction, treating it like a person. Notice how people, the people in her life and her addictions are almost mirrored against each other. She won't let go of people. She won't let go of the addiction. She's very possessive of both, very controlling of both. She has the same attitude about everything. Chantal, when it comes to addiction, there is no bargaining with it. Okay? Addiction is addiction. Addiction hurts people. It ruins people's lives. It will wreck and ruin you from the inside out. Look what it's done to you. And even worse, and this must be considered, you as the addict, like, you're just putting yourself through the motions of getting your addictions fed. You're so caught up in yourself. You don't see what's going on with you, how it affects other people. And it is affecting other people. All you feel is you. But what about the people around you and how it affects them? How your addiction to food has affected your family, how it affected your pets when you lived in Canada, how it's affecting Julia now that you are in Kuwait, how it's affecting Salah. Any living thing that is near you gets affected. Salah's worn out. He is exhausted. You have exhausted him, and you're taking this attitude of, I don't care if he's exhausted. I don't care if he's tired. I don't care if he is worn thin because of my constant need of food. You don't care what he's going through. His pain, his problem. Your pain, your problem. You don't care if what you do affects other people. And you wonder why people walk away from you. I'll tell you why. It's about self-preservation. It's not about betrayal. It's about self-preservation. You can be abused and used and hurt and manipulated to the point where you got nothing left. For your own self-preservation, you got to walk away. You have to just push the hand out and push the person away. You got to shut the door and lock it. To save yourself, you have to do it. And you may get mad at him. You may get real mad because it wasn't your idea, but it's about self-preservation. If you get depleted down to nothing, you go into survival mode. You go into self-preservation mode of like, I've taken all that I can. I've taken all I can take. There's nothing more for me to give, and there's nothing more that they can take from me. I'm down to nearly nothing. There is just a little pebble of me left inside, and I'm going to wrap my fist around it and hold on to it and protect it, because that little pebble, I'm going to use it to rebuild once I'm away from this person. You bring people to that point, Chantal. And you get mad when they decide, I'm going to take my little pebble of soul and run with it. You can't get mad at the other party for that. You just can't. You may get mad because you want people under your control, but you can't get mad for people just doing what they got to do. Like, no more excuses. None. Just go home. None. DX goes on to say, says she spent yesterday trying to rationalize eating food she should be eating, etc. Quote, obviously, I wouldn't have gotten away with it because Salah is not going to let me order food. And that's not controlling, that's for my own good. Again, maybe the money just isn't there right now because it's close to payday. She might be low on funds. So it's not about her self-control, y'all. It's about the fact that she's broke. She's broke. She can't afford $60 in takeout. She's broke. DX says, we're back and we're bigger. Said she didn't upload because she was going through, quote, personal heck of emotions. Said she was feeling sick and struggling mentally and kept downloading and deleting food apps. Take her phone away from her, she won't have the food apps. How about that? Narky said, I think this is possibly the lead up to an extended visit early visa run to Canada before Ramadan and before the heat of Kuwaiti summer returns. Quote, I just can't do it, guys. I need to go home and work on my mental health. Her birthday is also next month. Well, she might have just taken off early. I don't know. I don't know what she's up to. When she goes quiet, there's something up. Why you should have an animal. Look at the burbs. Bird bathing, a splash of fun. Hey, look, there's some actual peeps to the Twitter peeps. Pretty burbs. Taking a bath. Twitter peeps on the Twitter peeps. All right. Y'all, this is so sweet, Punch Cat. I just came out to collect eggs for the day, and I found this instead. A mama cat had bebes. She had some bebes. She found a nice, comfy place, and she had her little ones. That is awesome. Yup Yup says, Foodie Beauty says that since she's been, quote, eating clean, her eyes haven't been watering. What are you talking about, Foodie? I thought the diabetes doctor looked at you cockeyed because, of course, there's absolutely nothing wrong about your eyes. Yeah, she can't keep her lies straight. That's why you should be truthful, Foodie. Your lies overlap. They make no sense. You tell us stories with lots of holes. I mean, pick a version and stick with it, would you? And if you're going to tell different overlapping lies and get us confused, can you at least be kind and buy a huge warehouse of neck braces and mail them to everybody, because you keep giving us all whiplash? Thank you. Perfectly Imperfect says, so basically her doctor told her what we've been screaming at her for the past year and a half. Let's watch.
That's why I always I'm so skeptical about going so extreme. So, I talked to the doctor about this, like how treating like a binge eating disorder, for example, you know, you read all these things about not depriving yourself too much, not going full in and being too extreme at first because it can trigger a binge, right? Well,
Chantal, you went to a regular doctor and you're a tourist. There's only so much he can do for your medical care, just regular medical care. You have a food issue, which a regular doctor, they can give you some advice as far as getting your health together. You need to go to a BED specialist. You need to go to inpatient. How many times am I going to say that to you? You know you need to. You need to go to a lockdown inpatient where you have no control and you have to listen to people and you're going to hear the word no a lot. You need someone to take control of you because you are out of control with your food. And if somebody gives you a little bit of control, you're going to lose it. You're in Kuwait. You did this vlog and you said you're in the house alone. What were you doing? You were downloading food apps. And you're also claiming you got rid of them. I'm calling BS on you. I am. You want to know why? Because according to you, you're not ordering fast food. Maybe not. But I guarantee you're eating something carby, something sugary, because if you weren't, you'd be flipping your lid right now. You're not. You're way too calm. Don't believe this stuff, guys. She's not going without food. She's eating something. She wouldn't be so calm during this vlog if she weren't. She told us. She said she thinks about food 24/7. And if she's allegedly trying to get away from the fast food, like she would be craving it right now and just like her mind would be racing with thoughts of food and she wouldn't be able to keep a thought in her head. So why is she so calm? Why? Because she ate before the camera was turned on.
the doctor said something very interesting that really kind of sunk in, and it was, that's fine and dandy if you're not diabetic. And
ooh, shade. But the doctor's right. So she was basically going to the doctor, trying to bargain with the doctor and BS the doctor, and was like, well, I've got this problem with food and I don't want to completely cut out fast food. And he did the doctor now thing and said, well, you're a diabetic though. You can't bargain with addiction. You can't include it in your life. You can't find a way to keep it around you. You got to let go of it. That's basically what he was telling her.
whenever you develop diabetes, it's a whole new ball game.
Yeah, that's right. You got diabetes. You can't mess about with that.
And I have to realize that. That's why.
Yeah, but people have been talking to you about this for years, Foodie. You went to the doctor before. He gave you advice about what to eat and the portions. he showed you with his hand, like, this is how much carbs you should have. The palm of your hand, not your whole hand, not two hands, the palm of your hand. This is all the carbs you're supposed to have. And then more vegetables and proteins and stuff like that. You heard him, and then you ignored him. You proceeded to eat hubcaps full of rice. Rice all day, rice every day, cheese, bread, soda, juice. You basically gave the middle finger to that doctor. So, yeah, you did that. And here we are again. Malarkey Meter says, Chins, I talked to the doctor about not depriving myself as it'll trigger a B moment. Doctor to Chantal, not when you're a diabetic person. You're completely insulin resistant. Cut that crap out. We all know she'll be back to her KFC gravy IV by next week. Yeah, it'll take a minute. And you know what we're going to hear when that happens, y'all? This is what I do. This is my job. This is what people pay me to do. You guys don't understand the struggle. It's so hard. Yeah, we're going to hear it. We're going to hear all the excuses, all of the justification about why she's doing it. She's going to get defensive with the audience. She's going to get defensive with the Beezers. Beezers, I'm telling you, it's incoming. We know her routine in Girl World. This is part of the Chantal cycle. I'm going to get healthy, and then she jumps off the wagon to go get some KFC or Hardee's or Burger King. And she decides to film it when she doesn't have to. And then when she does it on live, and the Beezers start asking questions about, what are you doing? You told us you were getting healthy. What are you up to? She gets defensive and rude and says, I'll do what I want. This is my channel. I'll do what I want. I'm allowed to change my mind. I'll do what I want. And anybody that has a problem with it, you guys can leave. Mark my words, it's coming. She's going to get defensive. She's going to get snotty, snarky. Like, you guys don't get it. You just don't get it. You don't get this thing. You don't understand food addiction. You don't know. I know. I know. And I think all of your excuses are nonsense. You're acting like you're the only addict in the world. But you're not. You're absolutely not. Okay, like this. Let's move on. Let's move on. Narky says, shifty eyes and lies. When she can barely make eye contact with the camera, you know it's all a bunch of BS. She and Salah must have had a fight about how much money she spends on food, and this is all performative. She'll be back to mukbangs in a couple of days. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see where she pops up. We'll see what's going on. And you're right. She was very shifty-eyed, can't look at the camera type of situation going on. Why you should have a cat. So I can confirm this. Cats have different sounds they make when they're happy and when they're greeting one another. They do the trill sound. I do it all the time. A Booger, she loves it. You know, that's a happy sound to them. So like there's the example of the sound. Like that happy little trilling sound. They love that. I can confirm Booger loves that too. She talks to me like that. I talk back to her. Okay, moving on. Okay, Simone Resendez says, just in case you're wondering what Cutie looks like without the filters, and this was a while ago. She's gotten bigger since then, but I'm going to blow this picture up. Y'all want to see Chantal without them doggone filters? This was Chantal 100 pounds less. But this is the real Chantal. There's no pointy chin here. There's no pointy chin. This is more natural. Yes, it is. Why you should have animals. Okay, this is a big old tortoise named Big Ike. That's one of his babies. That's one of his children. And Big Ike adores his children. I love turtles. Turtles are so cool. And the turtle instinctively knows to be gentle with the baby. Now, this might be a yucky fact, but I had to show this to you guys. Just Jeff says, this is your reminder that Amberlynn Reed and all other morbidly obese YouTubers are full of crap. So according to the average ratio of body weight to stool production, a 500-pound person would have approximately 4 to 5 pounds of excrement in their body at any given time, as the average person produces around 1 pound of stool per day, with the amount scaling roughly with body weight. Ugh, well, I'm sure Salah loves that about Chantal, and that's all I'm going to say. Okay, so we caught up with all the Twitter stuff. We sure are. So how about we get into the video? How about we get into it? Okay, let me just back it up. Like, I really don't want to show her Scameo. So, like, I'm going to keep the volume off until I see it go away. Okay, we can start it here. Let's do this. And Chantal, a regular bathroom scale was not built to take all of your weight. And I'm sure you know this, and I'm sure you know all the tricks to getting a wrong weight. And I want to point this out to y'all. We didn't see her like get on the scale, then get off the scale without jump cuts. And if Chantal was trying to show us her weight, like a real show of weight, you know what we would see? A big old shadow in front of the scale. She wouldn't be able to have like a full-on view of the scale without either sitting down or something. So I'm calling hogwash. Is that scale that she's using doesn't even go up to 400 pounds. And she's over 5. So if she's 500 or she's over 400, there's no way the scale could register that.
Well, hello, guys. Hello.
I'll tell you what, Chantal, and I'm a woman of my word. If you find and get on a bariatric scale, a real one that you cannot play around with, and it shows that you're 365 pounds, I will issue an apology. I will say, you're right. I was wrong. I'm okay with admitting when I'm wrong, but I don't think I am. But find a real bariatric scale, the ones that have the rails on either side, and get on that sucker. You can't play around with those. And let's see what your weight really is.
Welcome back to another video. So I think in this video, I'll just give you like a little bit of an update on how I'm doing. Yada, yada, yada. Don't think I did any content.
Okay, like watching this video, I'm like, her eyes look very, very strange. The whites of her eyes look yellow. And again, I don't know if it's because of her playing around with the filters or if that's her real eye color and something going on with her kidneys or her liver and they're really jaundiced. I don't know. If I were Chantal and I looked in the mirror and my eyes were yellow, I'd be running to the doctor. That's a sign of perhaps kidney problems, liver problems. Yeesh. And Chantal, again, I'm going to clock you. Y'all look down here. I got it all blown up. Let's take a look. Do you see how the line is not even around the edge of her face? This almost looks like editing. Yeah, filter. She's got a contour filter that goes this way. Think of the last half of the face being almost upside down triangle. So from the bottom half of the cheek over and down. That's what the contour filter can do. It can narrow your chin. Also, can we talk about the nose filters, Chantal? Y'all take a look at this. Do you see this space up here? Look at it. Like the shadowing isn't natural. She's got this space in the middle and up that it's a different color of the skin than everything else. It's a different shade than her cheeks. She got this one shiny spot on the nose, but there's no shine on her cheeks. And it's this one section right here. That is a filter. You narrowed your nose. Chantal, you've got a narrow section at the top part of your bridge, and you also narrowed the bottom. Your nostrils are not evenly placed. Girl, this is bad, bad editing. Really, really bad. But please go ahead.
Content yesterday because I was just like feeling pretty, just going through hell. Like, just,
Yeah, you could tell this nose filter is going on, because if this were, say, natural light, if it was just like the light shining on her nose, when she moves her head, then the shadowing and everything would change with the movements, but it stays the same.
personal hell, like just like a whole bunch of emotions and internal battles, you know. I just was going through a really bad time mentally, physically. I just felt so sick. And had a really, really tough time. Like, I, over and over throughout the entire day, kept like, downloading, deleting, deleting food apps, trying to.
And that's why you need to go to inpatient, because the temptation is still there. You still got your phone, you still have access to food in a way. The addiction voice is screaming in your head. Chantal, it's been 8 years. Have you been able to get on top of this on your own? No. Even though you've had all the time in the world, all of the energy, all of the resources, all the help you could ever need, you never reached for any of it because you wanted to hang on to the addiction. You still do, even after 8 years and getting to yourself to a place of over 500 pounds. And your mobility being affected and your breathing being affected. And you're about 50 or 75 pounds away from being completely bedbound. You got all kinds of health problems. You're on the max doses for diabetic medication and insulin. And now you're insulin resistant? How bad does it have to get? Like, what are you waiting for? What have you been waiting for? Have you been operating under this thought of, my body will just put up with whatever I do to it and keep on going? Well, it's trying. It's trying really hard, but you got to throw it a bone sometimes. You got to give it a break. It's screaming for change. It's screaming for health. You're not helping it. So since you can't, you need to find something or someone who can help you. You need to say, I can't drive myself right now. So I'm going to get my butt out of the driver's seat and I'm going to let somebody else drive. I'm out of control. I need help. I need professional help. I need to go where there is professional help. I need someone to take control of me until I am in a place where I can take the control back safely. But you don't want to, because you're a control freak and you can't stand the thought of people telling you what to do, people telling you no, even though it's good for you. You're rebellious, you're defiant. No one's going to tell me what to do. Well, keep on with the out of control behavior. F around and find out.
I think of ways I could, like, food bargaining, trying to find ways I could, like, eat certain things that I really can't anymore.
That's the addiction voice. You're not ready to let go. You're not ready to change. You either got to have both feet on one thing or both feet on the other. You can't straddle the fence. You're straddling the fence. If you got one foot in one area and one foot in the other area, how can you possibly walk in any one direction by making yourself stuck? You're stuck. You're straddling that fence. You're stuck. You got to make a commitment somewhere. Either you're committing to the addiction or you're committing to the recovery. Which is it? You can't walk between worlds. Pick something.
Just all of the horrible things, going through them yesterday. And obviously I wouldn't have gotten away with it because Salah is like not going to let me order food. So, but, and believe me, that's not controlling. That's for my own good,
She tries to paint this picture of Salah's in control of her, that he's in control of her money. He's never been in control of her, y'all. Hey, girl world, how long we've been watching this chick? Have we ever known any man anywhere that was able to control Chantal? Completely make her submissive? Heck no. She's in control. She's got a dominant personality. She refuses to let go of control. I don't care who it is. She wants to be the one in control. She'll play games with people to get control. She's trying to tell us Salah is controlling her, controlling the money. I don't believe that. Not since she's making the money. How could he tell her no? If he got in her face and said, Chantal, no more fast food. Chantal, you're eating too much. Chantal, you're gaining weight too rapidly and you're getting sick. As soon as he says that, she's going to puff out her chest and go, I make the money. You can't tell me what to do with it. Argument over. The person who makes the bread is the same person that gets to say what happens to the bread. You can't fight with somebody like that.
So just going through the whole thing, when you start a healthier lifestyle, you have to get over that hump of, just like I talked about in my last video, just awfulness. And because what I'm doing is very clean, it's really, I really feel it, that's why I always I'm so skeptical about going so extreme. So, I talked to the doctor about this, how treating a binge eating disorder, for example.
I'm sure unless you went to a doctor that specializes in that, he can't really help you. Unless you're going to a specialist or a doctor or a therapist that is their area of expertise. What can a regular doctor do? He can give you health advice to help you feel healthier, but he can't really get into the ins and outs, the nuts and bolts of what's wrong with you.
You read all these things about not depriving yourself too much, not going full in and being too extreme at first because it can trigger a binge, right? Well, the doctor said something very interesting that really kind of sunk in, and it was, that's fine and dandy if you're not diabetic. And
boom. And he's right. You were trying to BS the doctor and say, oh, I've got this problem. I have to eat fast food. And he hits you with, ma'am, you are a diabetic. Your blood sugar is like pancake syrup. You can't do that. And he wasn't lying to you. You're over there fooling yourself into thinking you can eat whatever you want as long as you use medications to manage your B moments versus your diabetes. So you can go ahead and do the Foodie request offline for Anime Sucks or whoever else. You're fooling yourself into thinking I found the perfect system to keep these B moments going for the sake of profit. and the doctor hits you with the truth. And it was the truth. You should listen to him.
Whenever you develop diabetes, it's a whole new ball game, and I have to realize that I can't just my body. Sorry. My body is highly insulin resistant, and
Ooh, that's bad. That's real bad. When your body is insulin resistant, that is bad.
And anytime I eat something,
so if your body is highly insulin resistant, I don't know if it's 100% resistant or 90%. You know what that means, Chantal? If you were using insulin and other pills and medications to manage your B moments versus your diabetes, it sounds like you're reaching the point where the insulin can't help with that anymore. And you may also reach a point where you keep on like you're keeping on, then the metformin or the Janumet or whatever else you're taking, it's going to reach a point where they can't help you anymore. You said to us, unless you take your medications, like your blood sugar's up in the 400s, and I believe you. And that's diabetic coma territory. So if the insulin stops working and you can't take it anymore, and the pills stop working because they're not working anymore, where is there left to go? You got a whole bunch of health problems. You have a heart murmur. You have an enlarged heart. You had a history of blood clots in your lungs. You have extreme fatty liver. The last time you spoke about the size of your liver was a long ago, and you said your liver was 3 times the size of normal. I don't know where it is now. You have non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. You've got issues with your kidneys. All of your vital organs are screwed up. Any one of those things could take you out or stop working altogether and cause a bunch of problems. And you've got multiple things going on at the same time. Multiple. And all it takes is one domino falling, and the rest will fall with it. And if you have a medical event, a heart attack or a stroke, that's serious. That can lead to a lot of things. It could lead to complete fatality. Even if not, if you just have a mini stroke or a stroke that you live through, that could lead to a complete life change. It could lead to partial paralysis on one side of your body or memory loss, trouble speaking. I mean, all kinds of things. Yet you keep effing around and you keep flirting with death. You're texting the Grim Reaper, flirting with it. I don't know why. I don't know why you're racing so fast to be beneath the grass. But you are. And if you keep on with the mukbangs on YouTube or even off YouTube, like the people that are supporting it, enabling it, paying for it, they might as well just grab a shovel, gather all together and go to the nearest graveyard and start digging you a grave. I mean, really, that's what they're doing. They are encouraging your demise. That's their entertainment. The extreme feeder fetish, it's about watching somebody hurt themselves, harm themselves, gather up health problems, gain weight, and if left going on too long, lead to their demise. People that are paying to watch someone hurt themselves and unalive themselves with food. And that's sick.
your body uses insulin, right? And now, when I think of the things I was eating without like any care at all, just highly toxic, highly processed, high glycemic, sugary, like the cookies, the real sodas, and just like
Shut up. Just shut up. You can't play both sides of the fence, Chantal. I won't let you. I'm going to hold your feet to the fire for a minute. Me. You can't come on YouTube and do lives and do videos like the Valentine's Day video where you were sitting there eating cookies, doing who cow fetish content. And that live where you were catering to Anime Sucks and his farting fetish and farting several times on camera and eating on camera for him because maybe he was paying you offline and sending you money through PayPal. You can't come online and do that kind of crap on YouTube and be laughing about it and giggling about it and thinking it's cute. And then a day later, come on YouTube and be all sad fishing about it. No. You were all too happy to cater to anime and the other feedies in your audience. Giggling about what you were doing. Giggling. Laughing. Having fun. Hurting yourself. People in the audience talking about food. You weren't shutting them down. You weren't telling them to shut up. You weren't coming back and saying, I got an issue with food. No talking about food. No talking about food. No. You were encouraging that vibe, that behavior. Anime Sucks is in your room under Jack Assass. He's a feedie. We know he's a feedie. So do you. If you're so against this thing, why aren't you banning him off your chat? Why are you continuing to let him in your chat and give you money? Why aren't you telling him to F off? And anybody coming in talking about food, encouraging you to eat, why aren't you telling them to F off? Why aren't you taking control of your health in your chat? If you did, I might say maybe there is something in Chantal changing because the attitude has changed. The vibe has changed. You're not changing. This sad fishing ain't doing it. No, ma'am.
Made me really, really see what I was doing to my body. And even though I've seen that, it's still a struggle, because my mind is wanting to always eat for comfort and just.
Okay, I'm going to ask a question. I am going to ask the question. And you don't have to answer me, Chantal. You can just think about this yourself. What in the absolute blue heck do you need comfort from? You call it comfort food. What is so bad in your life? What is going on that you need so much comfort? Why do you need all that comfort? From what? From what? It's not like you're going outside the home when you've got a stressful job and a boss that's on your back, or you're stressed out because you've got kids and you're taking care of the kids and they're getting on your nerves, or a husband who's in your face yelling at you. Your day consists of what you want to do. You don't have anything going on. There's nobody bothering you. There's nobody harassing you. What in the hell do you need comfort from? That you need all that food? When you stay in the house all the time and there's nobody there with you and you can do whatever you want. For hours, you can do what you want. Why do you need that comfort? From what exactly? When there's nothing really stressing you out but you.
Do what it's always used to doing, but I'm determined not to let it, and I'm hanging on. And it's I did listen into a meeting yesterday, and
okay, I'm going to say something about that. So Chantal is participating in these meetings. She's going in there. She's listening in. She's not really talking to people. And we know how Chantal is about using other people's stories and experiences as ideas for her own content. Like, I remember all the way back when Chantal told us in a video, or was it a live, where she said to us that she volunteered or worked at a battered women's shelter. The moment she said that, the light bulb went off in my head about where she got the idea to monetize SA and DV. Because if she was at a battered women's shelter, I'm 1,000% positive and sure about the fact that if she had any exposure to a battered women's shelter where there were women that have gone through abusive relationships, she probably heard or overheard ladies talking about their experiences and what happened to them. And she might have remembered hearing those things, like logging it into her head. And then later on, getting on YouTube and turning that into a whole story arc to make people feel sorry for her, to get attention, and to make money. And believe me, she made a lot of money. So are we doing the same thing again, Chantal? Are you going to these meetings not because you want to be part of something and share what's wrong with you and let it out as part of your healing, but because you're listening in to these meetings for ideas for future content? Is that what you're doing?
I did actually participate a bit, told a bit of my story. Like there's like a main group in Overeaters Anonymous, Food Addicts Anonymous, and which are both similar. But they have like a main group of people at the beginning, and then you're sectioned off into like smaller groups that they create, all via video conference. And I told my story a little bit, but like with an alien, like a different name, and I didn't have my camera on. And I feel like I can't really be anonymous because I feel like at any time, like people all over the world, like you never know who's going to know me, right? Through YouTube. So yeah, I feel like that's kind of a disadvantage.
Chantal, if you're worried about somebody recognizing you from YouTube, you can go to a private therapist. You can go to a psychiatrist. You can go to somebody privately, pay them for their time. Like there's a patient, doctor or therapist or whatever, confidentiality. It's a thing. And whatever you tell them, they will keep to themselves. Although these meetings that you're talking about, like it's a thing. Like what's discussed in the meetings does not get discussed outside the meetings. The whole purpose of, like, say, Overeaters Anonymous is just that. It's anonymous. You can go in and tell your story, and it's private, and you can connect with other people. And there's a sense of healing about it. There's a sense of, like, it's almost therapeutic to just talk to others like-minded who have gone through things, and you feel like whatever experience you're having, whatever addiction you have, you're not alone. It can be very helpful. But when you go into these meetings, you're not thinking or acting as Chantal. You're thinking as Foodie Beauty. You're concerned about Foodie Beauty. You're not concerned about Chantal. Chantal is the one that needs the healing and the recovery. But you go in as Foodie Beauty. You're concerned about Foodie Beauty and Foodie Beauty being exposed. Foodie Beauty needs to be exposed. This overblown, gross, disgusting, beastly caricature that you become, it needs to be abandoned. It needs to be absolutely abandoned because you have abandoned your real self for your online persona. And therein lies the problem. Even the most professional, well-paid actors and actresses, they get in front of a camera, but when the cameras are turned off, they put their street clothes on, they take the makeup off, and they go and do their thing as their real self. You have lost touch with your real self. You've abandoned your real self. You don't even want to acknowledge that it exists. You don't want to look in the mirror at your real self. You stare at yourself for so long in these filters, you actually believe that's what you look like. You won't look in the mirror and face yourself in any way. But you're going into these meetings and you can make up any name. Hi, my name is Betty or Jennifer or Melissa or whatever. And no one would know it was you. Like you're in your mind, you built yourself up as some sort of semi-celebrity that you think Girl World is combing Overeaters Anonymous meetings, looking for you to expose you. You need to get out of that. You're not the celebrity that you think you are.
Like being publicly known, you know, I'm not saying I'm like famous or anything, but people do like watch me, right? So you never know who's gonna know.
And what could we expose even if one of us was in there? Not that it's going to happen. What would we expose? What is there to expose? Foodie has a food problem. Well, we already know this. What is there to expose? What could you say that would shock us, really?
But I just find even listening in helps a lot. Listening to other people and just who have gone through something like this, something that's unique to people who suffer from it. Like addiction is addiction,
Yeah,
and food addiction is no different, but it is
right.
its own beast. Like it
is. I'll give you that, Foodie. I will give you that point. Addiction is addiction is addiction. Food addiction is a bit unique because it's something you can't quit doing. Food is something you need to put in your body to give you fuel, to keep you healthy, to keep you alive. So it is unique in the aspect of you can't quit doing it. It's something your body needs. Therein lies the rub. I'm addicted to something that I have to keep doing. So how can I do it and be on top of this addiction at the same time? And it has to do with giving respect to food, looking at it the right way, treating it the right way, treating it the way it's supposed to be treated, not using it for comfort, not using it for love, not using it for companionship, taking all emotional anchors off the food. Because when you're a food addict, food, it becomes all consuming. It wears way too many hats that it shouldn't have on. Food has one job and one hat. And that hat is for you to consume, to keep you alive, to keep you healthy, but it is not supposed to be a stand-in for love, comfort, companionship, a call back to happier times. It's not supposed to be your everything. It's supposed to be the something that you consume so you can go out into the world and find everything, be a part of everything, experience everything good. It is a tool, but it is not the entire world. Food has become your entire world. That is the problem. And one of the biggest obstacles that you're going to have, Foodie, is because food is your everything. The biggest task I feel you're going to have is finding something or a group of things that you can use to give you good energy and fill up your time. A thing or a group of things that give you more happiness than food. Since food is your everything and your complete happiness, finding something or a group of things that can give you just as much happiness as food, if not more. And I don't know what that is. I don't know what activity or lifestyle that you can structure to where you can find things that you enjoy and you'll stick with that, like it takes away from the food thing. That's going to be a huge undertaking for you, but that's part of how you beat it.
It really is. Like, and I feel like it's very lonely. So unless you have people who really know what it's like, it's just, yeah. So
why were there a bunch of jump cuts in this?
so I'm going through some lifestyle changes. Like I said, I'll talk more about them as I become more comfortable with it, and I just want to give it a chance. I feel like it's safer that way. Like,
you know, Chantal, if you were having this heart to heart with the camera, in the same way that you would have a heart to heart with your audience, like you'd be looking at the camera dead in the eyes. If you had conviction, you believed in what you said, you'd be looking at the camera the whole time. The same way you look in someone's eyes and you're talking to them and you mean what you say, but your eyes are all over the place. I'm getting the feeling you don't believe what you say, that you're lying. You don't believe what you say. You don't.
I feel like I don't want to put that out there right now, what I'm doing.
I'm gonna tell you guys what I'm feeling right now. I get a feeling she's hiding something, and that's why she can't look at the camera. I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm just going on theory time. Maybe Anime Sucks is like, hey, do some private mukbang stuff for me. Don't do it on YouTube right now. And that's a sense of guilt or shame that she feels that she's not looking at the camera. She knows she's not being completely honest. She's a bad liar. She tells on herself. Rule number 1, Chantal lies. Rule number 2, she tells on herself. That's why you shouldn't lie, Foodie. You're not a good liar. You don't have that perfect poker face. You tell on yourself all the time. The more you try to hide something, the more you reveal it. But go ahead and reveal it for us.
So, yeah, I don't want to give it any chance to fail. And for me, the potential like of it, you know, being scrutinized and putting that negativity in my head, it does have the potential for that. And I don't really want to allow that. Right.
Translation. I'm going to translate this for y'all. What she's really saying. What she's saying is, my channel's already in trouble. The money's really bad on my channel. I've lost viewers left and right. I bought my way to 100K, but this channel is still losing money. And people on my channel, they are getting more disgruntled with the way that I've been doing things, because honestly, for years, I haven't given a crap about my viewers nor my content, and everybody's sick of it, and I know it. I keep making promises to people. I keep lying to people, and people are tired of it. And I'm afraid that if I do this health journey on YouTube and I fall off again, I'm going to lose even more people, and things are already bad. So to keep people from getting mad at me and leaving my channel, I'm going to quote unquote do this off camera. That's what she's really saying. Like, her channel is already in a tailspin, and she knows it. And don't blame Girl World, Foodie. You can't look at us. You can't. And I'll tell you why. Because, madam, we are doing the exact same thing we've always done. You do a video, you do a live, we react to it. I remember back in the day when you first started, and then Girl World sprung up like an ecosystem around you and Amberlyn Reed. But the both of you understood, hey, you know, it's just people are talking about us. It's a good thing. It's actually a good thing. But we reacted to you. You were okay with that. You were actually okay. But nothing has changed in that regard. We're not reacting differently to you. It's just that the things that you're doing are not profitable for you. Nobody's taking money out of your pocket. If people want to watch you, they can watch you. Nobody is forcing people to stay away from you. People are just simply choosing to not watch your content. And that has to do with you and your lack of commitment to your channel, to yourself. You don't come on your YouTube channel with a sense of pride and integrity where you can stand behind your content and say, I gave it my best. I am putting out my best. I am doing all I can do to entertain my audience. I am reaching into the depths of my mind to be creative and funny and innovative. I'm really giving it my all. You can't say that. You know that your channel has been on life support for years because you're just not giving a doggone. That's what changed, Foodie, when you stopped caring. You stopped caring about your YouTube channel. You stopped caring about yourself. You got lazy because you got a bunch of feedy clients offline giving you money. Tell me I'm lying. You got lazy. You didn't want to keep up both, work on both. You want to take the lazy, easy path. Lean on the feedy clients that were giving you money. That's where all of your attention went. That's where all of your focus went. And when that happened, your YouTube channel started to suffer and suffer and suffer and suffer and suffer. And here we are. It's easy to point a finger at somebody and put the blame there rather than look in the mirror and point the finger at yourself. Because if you point the finger at yourself, you would have to take accountability and responsibility for the decline of yourself and your channel. You don't want to do that. You don't want to face the truth that your channel is going down the toilet. And it's not the reactor's fault. What we're doing, we've always been doing. The change has been with you, with yourself, with the way you choose to do things on YouTube. The blame is all yours, not ours.
Now, so yeah, it's very, very, very tough. Like, I'm not gonna lie. But so is being unhealthy in the way that I am. Like, I literally have a list that I go through every time I want to press checkout on those food apps. You know, I literally have a list of all the things that will get better if I just persist. And one of the things, like, I don't know if this was diet related. I thought it was allergies. It could be maybe food allergy. I don't know.
No.
I know I haven't been, I mean, I'm just fresh starting, but already, like, I notice my eyes are not watery.
Well, if they're not watery, why were there a bunch of jump cuts in this video? Is it because you stopped the feed? You put it on pause so you can wipe your eyes? Or let's just say you're telling the truth. That if you slow down on the fast food and your eyes aren't leaky, that should tell you it might be related to diabetes and your high blood sugar. That the leaky eyes has to do with the high blood sugar, and that's just how bad it is.
Like, my eyes haven't leaked all day and all yesterday.
You know, the big test, look, I don't know if she's in Canada right now or if she's in Kuwait, but the big test, y'all, is when she gets that paycheck. Because we know what happens when she gets that paycheck. What does she do? It's mukbang city. Time to go to KFC. Time to go to Burger King. Give me them cookies. Give me them potato chips. Oh, she has a B moment of glory. Food and money in pocket. Yay. Time to take the T-Mobile and run around all the fast food joints. So let's see how far your control goes when the paycheck hits.
Like, what? Like, I don't know. It's so weird. I don't know why, but yeah, they haven't leaked whatsoever. So anyways, I don't know, like, my content might be a bit spotty at first as I'm adjusting to it. I still don't even really know what content I'm going to do, because, like, it's going to take more work, because I can't just, like, order a meal and eat it in front of you.
As well, you shouldn't. Self-harm content should not be on YouTube, period. I don't care who does it. I don't care what it is. No. And fetish content, not appropriate for YouTube, Foodie. If you want to do fetish content, go off of YouTube. There are forums, there are websites. Do it there. It's appropriate. Don't do it on YouTube. The audience doesn't know what they're looking at sometimes, and they shouldn't be exposed to it. YouTube is an all ages platform. There is a chance that maybe, say, underage people might see your fetishy stuff, and they don't need to be exposed to that. They really, really don't. I'm sure if you ask anybody and any adult fetish community, hey, would it be appropriate to put this fetish on YouTube? They would all say, no, absolutely not. And yet you've been doing it for years. You've been sneaky and shysty about it, but you've been doing it. And I know you hate the tarot community for the tarot readings we're all doing on you. And maybe you dislike me because you thought by getting on YouTube and doing this shysty, sneaky, under the cover fetish stuff, then no one would ever pick up the fact that you were doing it and no one would ever call you out on it. But I have been calling you out for years on the Foodie stuff, the exhibitionist stuff, the flashing stuff, the BDSM stuff, the adult baby stuff. Do you know why I call you out, Foodie? Because what you're doing on YouTube is inappropriate. And since you are not going to come forward and let people know what you're doing by not age restricting your videos and your lives because of the fetishy stuff that they might contain, by not giving the information to the audience, you're taking away the right to consent. And I'm informing the audience of what you're doing so they can decide if they want to proceed with watching you or not. I'm giving the consent back to the people by giving them the knowledge of what it is they're looking at. It's you're acting inappropriately, so the knowledge has to be shared. That's how I'm seeing it. Take the fetish stuff where it belongs. Take it in front of people that want to see it and they understand it. The mukbang content with you is self-harm content. You shouldn't be doing it. Not for profit, not for free on YouTube. Take that to the proper form. Tell your fetish guys to meet you somewhere else and pay you a subscription or whatever. Don't bring it here. That's not what YouTube is for.
Which is fine. You know, I think I can see it as like a new challenge, new life challenge. But I do want to share, you know, some of my journey and stuff, because I know that there's a lot of people, like there's a whole community of people who just, you know, ridicule what I'm going through or doubt what I'm going through or, you know, just make fun of me. But
you know what, Chantal, to be fair, it's because of your attitude. You treat your food addiction like a joke. You do. You treat it like a joke. It's like you're making fun of it. You say you're going to start a health journey. Like, how many times has this happened? I'm going on a health journey. I'm going to get healthy. 2 days later, you're doing a mukbang. You're treating it like a joke. It's a joke. Ha ha, funny. Even though it's not funny, in my opinion. It's not funny. Addiction is not funny. An addiction should never be monetized. But you did. You have been. So you're saying people are ridiculing you over your addiction. Look what you're doing with it. Look what you've been doing. You're not serious about it. Like, what you're doing on YouTube is really, really dark. You come on camera with it with a fake phony smile and make it seem like what you're doing is perfectly fine and perfectly okay. And hey, Beezers, it's not that serious. When it is, you treat it like a joke, so your audience treats it like a joke. And honestly, Chantal, as a reactor, what are we supposed to do for you? You're doing some dark stuff on YouTube. You need to You're monetizing your addictions. You're monetizing your health problems that come because of the addictions. What are we supposed to do? We can't force you to change. We can't make you change. Nobody could make you change. What can we do? We're just reacting to your videos and your lives. So there's nothing that we can do. The help, the recovery has to start with you. It has to. It has to. If you're not ready, you're not ready. And no one can make you ready. You're as stubborn as a pack of mules. You're defiant. You do things out of spite. You're stubborn, which makes things even harder. We can't do anything. We're just reacting to you, but we can't personally affect you. Like, we're just commenting on your stuff. You got to help you if you want help.
There, on the other side, there are people who are going through the same thing or have gone through the same thing. And there's people who are in my corner. There's a lot of people who are in my corner, and I really appreciate, I haven't really had time to check all my messages. And
can I tell you something, Chantal? As I said earlier in this react, you've worn Salah out completely. He's depleted. He's so burnt out on the inside and outside. But let's take it even further. Do you realize, or do you know that you've actually worn out your audience? It is possible to wear people out online. People come and they watch you and they like you and they care about you and they worry about your health. But all this flip-flopping back and forth and I'm going on a health journey, but the next day you're eating like a bazillion cookies. You wear people out. People get stressed out from afar for you. They worry for you. And you like to play this sick game with your viewers. You want them to worry over you. You want to be the center of attention. You want to cause that stress. Shame on you, putting your viewers through that. But you like it. You like the negative attention. You want people to worry for you. When is the last time, Chantal, that you came online and you had this attitude of, I feel good today. I feel productive and radiated positive energy and passed that along to your audience? When is the last time that happened? Never. Never. When is the last time you've come online and said, I feel really good today, guys. I got lots of energy. Let's go do something fun. I want to have fun with y'all. I'm going to have fun and I want to take you guys along with me. When has that ever freaking happened? Never. You're all about the worry wart content. Worry over me, y'all. Worry about my health. Worry about my blood pressure. Worry about my diabetes. Oh, like my leg is acting up. My back hurts. My sciatica. Worry about my everything. Never mind the fact that you beezers that are in the audience, you might have your own problems and your own issues, and you get on YouTube to kind of forget about life for a while. You're in my audience to be entertained, and you're coming here, and I'm going to dump all my problems on your shoulders and create depressing ass content. You use your audience as your therapy. You've been doing that for years, and yet there's no improvement in you. You still dump on them. You're a taker. You take. You take the concern. You take the advice, but you never use any of it positively to heal yourself. You don't listen to people, but you expect them to listen to you and all your problems. And it's unfair. It is absolutely unfair. The more you dump on people, the more you wear them out. You've worn out your audience. Have you noticed that all the old GBzers that used to be there aren't there anymore? They're all gone. They had to move on. They reached a place where they were just tired. Now you've got the new batch of beezers, the new people that don't know all of your lore, perhaps, and you're wearing them out too. And if you keep it up, they're going to be gone as well. And who are you going to be left with? Who's going to watch your content, Chantal? Who's going to give you the views, Chantal? The super chats, the super stickers, the memberships? Who's going to do all that? If you wear everybody out, you need to stop wearing people out.
Read all the, like, respond to comments. I do read them. So I just want to say thank you. Like, honestly, from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate you guys. I know, internet people just get dismissed as just being strangers in internet, but you guys, a lot of you have been following me for a long time, and the fact that you're still with me and have faith in me and are just so caring and loving, like, it really means a lot, like, on a human decent.
Yeah, it means a lot to you because you take and you take and you take and you take from them, but you don't give back. It's all about what you can take from other people, but you don't give anything back. You never consider giving anything back. What you can give back to your audience, and you should give back to your audience, Chantal. You should give a lot. You should really sit down with yourself and think to yourself, I am blessed. I am extremely blessed because I have been given a cup of fortune. I was given a cup of fortune long ago. I wandered onto YouTube. I made a channel, and I'm at a point now where I don't have to have a regular job. I don't have to clock in to a regular job or battle morning traffic or evening traffic. I can do what I want. I mean, that's a special thing to have that kind of freedom to do what you want. And you owe that to your audience. And the views they give you and the super chats and super stickers and memberships, you owe them a thank you for the money, but more importantly, the freedom that they afford you, that they give you that maybe they themselves don't have. They give it to you. Month after month, they give it to you. You are not thankful. You are not grateful. There's no gratitude in your attitude. You should do more for your audience to give back. Be more giving versus more taking. Give back. You should give more than negativity and problems and complaining and whining and being grumpy and blocking people. You should give. Give without expecting a reward. That is how you truly give. You're giving from a place of honest sincerity. That is true giving, not giving because you want something back from somebody.
Level. So I really appreciate you guys. So, yeah, I feel weird. I don't know. And, I feel like I didn't realize how much time of my day was spent eating.
Yeah, well, that's easy to clock. Just think about it. If you have to eat every hour, or like you said, every 2 hours, so there's 12 hours in a day. How many times are you eating? 6 times in an entire day? It's a lot. That is a lot, Chantal.
And thinking about food. And now that a lot of that is, taken away with this new thing I'm doing right now, just like, what the heck, So it's,
yeah, like if you've used food to fill up your day, nature hates a vacuum, y'all. It does. Nature hates a vacuum. It hates a big empty space. You got to fill it with something. So if you fill up your life with food, it leaves a big empty space, and you got to fill it with something. So if you're an addict and used to filling up your time, filling up that space with something toxic, you have got to be proactive with finding something positive or a bunch of positive things to fill up that space. I'm going to tell you something, Chantal. I have a male friend that I've been friends with him for over 15 years, and he's been clean and sober for 35 years. And one of the things that he does to maintain his sobriety is that he keeps himself busy. As soon as he wakes up, he gets out of the house, he goes surfing, he golfs, he go plays a game of tennis. Like, he's busy all day. He doesn't stay at home. He's like, his mind is on other things all day long until he comes home at night. And because of that proactive, I care about myself and I care about my sobriety attitude, he's maintained his sobriety for 35 years. So if there's this gigantic vacuum in your life now of no food, which remains to be seen, because I'm watching you to see if you stick to this no mukbang thing. Your chances of success are very, very small, given the fact that you're in the same environment. But you're going to have to do the same thing. You're going to have to find something or a group of things to fill up your day where it gets your mind off of food. Your mind is focused elsewhere. You got to find different coping skills and coping mechanisms. You feel the urge to eat and you don't want to eat, go take a walk. You're near the beach, go to the beach. Go down to the beach. Take a walk on the sand. Enjoy the serenity of the ocean. Or go play a video game. Or go read a book. Something. Focus on something. You've got to learn to refocus yourself. That if the addiction voice is saying, go straight down the road, you've got to say, nope, I want to go left. Or I want to go right. And that's where I'm going. You want me to go here? I'm going over here. You've got to do it.
You have to kind of restructure your whole life in a lot of ways. So
yeah, it's a complete lifestyle change. You got to change how you approach food, how you look at food. You've got to fill up your day with activities that don't revolve around food. You've got to create a sense of self-awareness. You got to know what your triggers are. Complete lifestyle change. You got to change. Changing your mind helps to change your life.
But one thing I wanted to do was I wanted to do more self-care, because changing your lifestyle, putting better things in your body, taking better care of yourself, it kind of has like a snowball effect. You start at one small thing and then you're like, okay, I want to, maybe brush my teeth an extra time today. Take the time to exfoliate my skin, do my makeup, that kind of thing. So yeah, it's just, that's kind of what I've been doing. And
you know what's really strange, Chantal? You're talking about this health journey and this change, but I don't hear any excitement in your voice. I would think that you would be happier about it. Like, I'm really getting over this thing. I'm really fighting against it. And I am just starting out, and I've got determination and I've got ambition. Like, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. But you seem sad about it. You seem very sad about letting go of the fast food. Like, this is not something you want to do. Like, you're almost begrudging it. Strange, very, very strange. Like, I would think that you'd be happy of the thought of not being controlled by the food addiction, but the feeling is you want it to control you.
I just had a really bad headache. Like I said, withdrawal symptoms. I'm not even joking, and they're still happening. Like, I still feel kind of tired, but then at moments I'll have like more energetic moments, and I just, I don't feel full and gross. And I like that feeling, even though I hate it.
Okay, I'm going to say something which relates to what she's saying right now. So I'm not jumping on anybody, just explaining. When I was active with my food addiction, with my BED, I actually got addicted to the feeling of my stomach being full. I know this sounds strange, but it's the truth. I got obsessed with my stomach being full. I did. And why? Because by keeping my stomach topped off and full all the time, when you're full, it distracts you from negative feelings, negative thoughts, negative emotions. It temporarily stops that stuff. And she's forever keeping her stomach full, topping off the tank. If there's a little bit of space in her stomach, she's obsessed with filling it up. Because for Chantal, just being regular full means starving. That's how messed up her mind is. That's how messed up food addiction can get, is that you interpret a little bit of space in your stomach as I'm starving, and you're not. You're just full. So it sounds like she's got maybe that whole thing going on of I have to be full all the time or else I'm starving. I don't know.
It's hard to, I know it's weird, but anyway, I don't feel sick, like full sick, but there are times where I feel like intensely hungry and I don't know. I'm like, is this head hunger or am I really hungry? But anyway, the headaches are bad sometimes. Like I get like a nagging, dull, achy headache. Ugh. So I think I just have to keep drinking water. Like I don't know. It's just if I drink enough water, it kind of goes away. But anyway,
Sometimes when you feel hungry, you're actually thirsty. That can happen too. Like your body might actually need more water.
oh, my laundry's done. Yeah, sorry for the noise in the background. Oh, I should talk about my weigh-in. I just wanted to put my weigh-in just to show you that, like, I think right now I'm not putting like a lot of weight on the scale, like no pun intended. Okay, maybe a little, but I think especially at first, like you're gonna lose that initial water weight, especially since like my body was holding a lot of fluid because I would just eat a diet that's really high in sodium, like really high in sodium.
Yeah, like one of the last meals you had, 15,000 milligrams of sodium, which will make you puffy all over, and you eat a ridiculous amount of sodium.
Like at another level. So from 166 to 162 in the short
Damn, stop. You sat there for what, an entire week doing fast food funerals of a bunch of fast food restaurants. It wasn't just one fast food funeral, it was several in a row. Like it felt like you were going to go through every fast food restaurant in Kuwait. I'm doing a fast food funeral. No, you're not. You're finding a reason to have a B moment and justify it. Oh, it's justifiable. I'm quitting this thing before I do. I'm going to have a B moment with every single restaurant in Kuwait. How ridiculous is that? Having a funeral for fast food is ridiculous. Fast food is not a person. It is not an individual. It is not a relative or a friend. It's fast food. And you're going to have a funeral for it? Do you know how stupid that sounds? But it does showcase how you view food, foodie, that you look at food as almost a person. You treat it almost like a person. And the thought of giving it up, before you give it up, you're mourning the loss of it. That's how bad it is. You've got emotional anchors on food like nobody's business. Does that strike you as just messed up? That you're treating fast food like a person? That the thought of letting go of it, it stresses you out so bad that you're mourning and grieving the loss of it? You're treating it like an emotional thing? You don't see that as unnatural? Because I do. Take the emotional anchors off of food, girlfriend.
amount of time, obviously water weight, but at least it'll get rid of some of that bloat. So maybe that's why I've been more thirsty. Like just
it's almost like this whole fast food funeral week that you did. It's like each one of those restaurants, you looked at like a friend, and you were losing a bunch of friends. So I got to hold a funeral for each one of them to mourn the loss of them and say goodbye to them. It's just so weird.
Eliminating a lot of water.
And I'm saying that as a food addict in recovery. Been there, but I never did that. That's just weird.
I don't know, because I'm like peeing all the time.
You know why you're peeing all the time? Maybe it has to do with the fact that you, madam, that you're eating far too much in the way of carbs and sugar. And if you're a diabetic, which you are, one of the symptoms of high blood sugar is never-ending thirst. And you want to know why your body does that to you? Because it's trying desperately to get rid of the extra sugar. So you're going to get thirsty, 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 thirsty. And it's going to make you drink water, trying to flush some of that excessive sugar out. It's trying to protect itself. But you know what the best protection is? Don't consume the sugar in the first place. Just don't. Don't stress your body out. If you lower the amount of sugar you're putting in, you would have less thirst. You wouldn't be peeing as much. If you slowed down the fast food, you wouldn't have to go poo every 10 minutes.
Anyway, I'm just trying to rest. And yesterday, that's what I did a lot. I just like rested and tried to keep my mind sane, try to hold it down. And
I'm going to call you out on this. I don't think that you are getting away from the fast food. I really don't. Because if you were, you'd be a mess right now. You would. You'd be a mess. So the fact that you're this calm on camera, you're a liar. I'm calling you a liar.
that's all I can do.
You probably ate before you started this video, and that's why you're so calm.
So thanks for listening to this little update. I'm going to try to maybe go live at some point. I don't know. I'm a little dizzy. I'm a little headachy.
Oh, shut up. Listen, if you're sick, just stay offline and take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. Stop sad fishing the audience, though.
So I want to go out and feed the animals. So as soon as I feel like enough,
Well, don't go to the park with the Lulu man.
Energy to do it.
I hate this attitude she's got. I don't know if I can hang on, guys. I'm going through so much. I feel dizzy. Oh, I feel dizzy. I feel so bad. But I'm going to go live for all of you. I'm just going to muscle my way through it. Oh, please stop with the dramatics.
We'll definitely go back out and do that. So I still have all the food anyways. So, but, yeah, health permitting. Anyways,
okay,
guys,
she's done. She's done. So much BS all in one video. Truly, truly it is. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this react. If you have, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. And thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye.